Hey guys, welcome to the Rachel Cruze Show. Back in 2017, Ramsey Solutions, we put out a big survey and a study, and we found that money is the number one issue married couples fight about. It's a big deal. I mean, many couples let money problems drive a wedge in their relationship. They avoid talking about the budget because it blows up. One spouse just wants to spend everything. The other one wants to save it all. It can be really frustrating. And maybe one of you is really on top of it. You see the value of paying off debt or keeping the not so fun stuff like wills and other things. You know, you just put that off. I mean, it can be a mess. So by the way, too, you need a will. If you followed me for any length of time, you know I talk about how important this is. I know it's not necessarily the most fun conversation to have, but it's one that will give you a sense of peace once it's done. Mama Bear Legal Forms makes this possible to do all online. So their team are experts to help you create a state-specific will from the convenience of your own home. And you and your spouse can probably knock this out in half an hour. It's so quick. And this is how you really know you're being an adult, right? It's also how you know that your wishes are going to be honored after you're gone. So go to mamabearlegalforms.com and enter promo code Rachel. Okay, budgeting, getting out of debt, saving, doing your will, all of these can be really difficult if your spouse is not on board with you. So one of the questions I get all the time is, how do I convince my spouse to do this with me? So there are really 3 ways to win your spouse over when it comes to money. You ready? Number 1, your words. Watch what you say. Your words are powerful, okay? They can cause a lot of damage if you're not careful, but they can also be encouraging and uplifting. It can shift everything by just what you say. The tongue is powerful. Scripture talks about this, but again, it can break things and it can build things up. So you get to choose. If you talk to your spouse like, you never listen to me, I'm always the one paying my bills, and you're using all these absolutes, that's probably gonna fuel the fire, okay? So just simmer down and share your heart. Talk to them and be encouraging, and ask your spouse their opinion, and listen. It's gonna be really hard. Listen. Not listening to hear and formulate what you're gonna say back in the argument. No, just listen and hear what they have to say. Remember, you have 2 ears, 1 mouth. It's an amazing thing. So actually use less words in the conversation. Number 2, your tone. It can be very easy to be condescending to your spouse. So you have to watch that, because all of your inflection, everything speaks so highly on what you're trying to say. So make sure your tone is respectful and polite, and pay attention to your body language. You have like your arms crossed and your brow furrowed, and you're just rolling your eyes every time they're talking. Yeah, you're probably not gonna get very far, are you? So your body language, and even listen to your body. I mean, if you feel your adrenaline go up, for me, if I feel like conflict's coming, I get louder and I start talking faster. And so I have to learn, Rachel, calm down, because my tone is so important. So be open when you're talking about them. Don't shoot down every single thing that they're saying. Again, your tone is reflecting your spirits. So watch that. And number 3, your timing. These conversations, they need to happen. You need to address this. If you and your spouse are not on the same page when it comes to money, conversations are going to have to happen. But don't do it in the middle of dinner if you have 3 little kids, or don't do it, as you're doing bath time with the little ones, or if you had a bad day at work. Don't just try to engage. Really watch your timing, because these conversations, they can start some tension. So make sure you're just in a good space. Again, if you have kids, that they're asleep, they're away. It's a calm environment, and you can keep it pretty short. I mean, it's amazing. The timing of these conversations don't have to be drug out forever. You can have a really great conversation in 15, 20, 25 minutes. But engaging that conversation, I know, can be hard. So the timing is really important. And I want to make sure that this conversation is a priority. So if you're both planners, just go ahead and put it on the calendar and say, hey, tomorrow night after dinner, let's talk about money. I know it sounds really tactical and kind of like robotic. Sometimes that's what you have to do. And scheduling ahead of time prepares you both for what's coming. You're not springing it on your spouse spontaneously and it's just like, hey, this is what we're doing. You really are saying, okay, we're gonna be diligent and talk about this and be prepared. So remember, your words, Your tone and timing are very important. And if you want to make even more progress in your relationship and truly understand your spouse and where they're coming from and why they handle money the way they do, I created an assessment for you guys. It's called Know Your Money Assessment, and it's going to lead to a deeper understanding of your spouse and make these conversations about money easier. It's an in-depth survey that you both can take about your experience and your core beliefs around money. So you're each gonna get over 20 pages of personalized insight, plus your results are gonna be paired up into one big report so you can see where each other lands. Oh, it's beautiful. I'm so excited about this. So you can go to rachelcruze.com to learn more about the Know Yourself Money Assessment. I promise this is gonna help you so much more to understand your spouse and take a huge step forward to strengthening your relationship and improving it when it comes to money, because money can easily drive a wedge between you guys. And I want you to work as a team. And in order to do that, you have to take control of your money and create a life you love.